what I was feeling, but I felt some kind of emotional connection with those brothers in there, because I felt like a lot of times brothers are locked up in the prison systems. They don't belong there. And there's some that belong there. But it shows how resilient we are as a people, and what the fear of the master class or the majority race fears about us, because no matter what we do or what situation you put us in, we find a way to rise like phoenix from the ashes. And that's what I saw with these brothers. Is the overarching thing is like, wow, there's some talent there, and no matter what we come against, we find a way to make the best of it.
There is some talent. And the crazy thing is, we make the best of situations when we're by ourselves. Could you imagine what would happen if we all came together and made the shit happen? That's what the fear is.
I totally agree with you, D'Artagnan. I couldn't have said that better. I want everybody out there is, we're not going to prolong you. We're going to not keep you tonight, but I just really wanted people to see, like, the brothers that are behind prison. While it ain't all glory, it's just like we're here and we're sitting here. And I know the reason why I really wanted to show that video. You got people whining and bitching and moaning about the fact that they got to be in the house right now because we're facing another possibility, of a quarantine because of the COVID pandemic and the epidemic. And then, the fact that the 90-year-old lady took the vaccine, and we waiting to see if she croak or whatever to see what happens with the vaccine. But for me, when I saw this video, I felt a couple of things. I felt hope, because it really kind of reminded me of how the underdog just always keep fighting. And there's always, like they said, ain't the dog in the fight, it's the fighting the dog. And these brothers behind the bars, where we whining because we can still go outside if we want to. We can do whatever we want, right? They haven't put us on martial law where you can't come out. But they behind bars, they in a quarantine, and they making the best of it. They trying to do something so that they not sitting at home sad all the time.
Sitting in their cell sad.
We could learn something. We could learn something from that. We all have hidden talents.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing to come out of this better than when we went in, right?
Right.
And so, like last night, I was saying to people, if you just take a list, and you make a list every day of 3 things and do those 3 things, you probably will feel better about yourself at the end of the day. Because just like these brothers, I'm sure they're sitting behind bars. They have realistic expectations of what they have access to and what they can and what they don't, right? And you see the enterprising, entrepreneurial spirit somehow come up in these people, when you would think they're in a place where there's no hope. And you got people out here that have access to their freedom and their privacy. And how is it that they cannot have hope? How is it that they don't have hope? That's kind of like, I was kind of emotional when I was watching. A lot of people want to laugh, but it struck me as something different. I don't know did you feel any kind of, what were you thinking as you were seeing it?
I was thinking they were creative. Like they were creative. Those clothes would actually sell. It ain't even that they were making stuff that was just trash. They made clothes that would be popular and that would sell had they been put into the stores.
Mm-hmm.
Like they made their own logo for the trenches. Like, you see that?
Yes. I was like, you have conceptual thinking, you have marketing strategy, you have seamstresses and tailors in there. What the hell?
You got a whole team. You got a whole team.
And those brothers are in there doing something that people go to the Fox Valley Tech or I'm saying Fox Valley or MATC. They had a whole tailoring program down there, And then earlier, one of the other videos I was looking at, I know what the word I was thinking of, resilient. They're resilient. And what it reminded me of was the movie Life, where Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, the only thing that they had to live for is they wanted to go to a baseball game. They had something that they wanted to live for. So I wonder what these brothers are thinking about. It's like they know that we can see. And that's why I was telling you about the whole voyeur thing. We are voyeurs because we can see them. They don't even know we're watching, but they're showing us things to the outside where we're peering in and we're looking and seeing what they're doing. And they're doing amazing work. Like you said, that's a whole line of clothing. And it's not like they did that Do you remember the whole orange jumpsuit line that they had done and it was all up in arms? When I was living in Milwaukee, probably about 25 years ago, in the Grand Avenue Mall, there was a kiosk, and on the kiosk they had the orange DLC, like the for to
Yep.
support to people, and people were all up in arms. This took it a step further. It was like, we're not promoting those jumpsuits, but we do have something, a sense of fashion and swag. And that's what I saw about us as a people. No matter where we are, we're resilient. We make something out of nothing, you know, and we're creative. We are freaking creative. Wow. Well, thank you for watching that video with me tonight, because that one, I just wanted to know what people thought about that video and the one we had before. Make sure you go to our page and like, subscribe, and share. Go watch the Kevin Samuels video, but really watch us, because then you could buy that video, right?
Go back and watch all of them.
Yeah,
Go
go back
back and
and
watch
watch our
all of them.
videos. I mean, our videos make a lot of sense. We do a lot of research and stuff like that, and and we don't criticize anybody. We're not dogging nobody out. We damn sure didn't tell nobody they was ugly, or that they was less than average, or that they didn't deserve a man of caliber because they had 2 kids. And I thought about that. I said he didn't really think about the sensitive circumstances that could put a woman or a man in a situation where they're a person without a mate and they have children. What about somebody whose husband is killed dies during COVID? You saying that
Right.
person ain't worthy of a good person?
Because she's got 2 children.
Because whether it be a man or a woman, because some women might say, I can't deal with him because he got kids, right?
Hmm.
But are we writing off good people because somebody else's shallow opinion tells us that we should write these good people off? Because that's what I see. It's a shallow opinion. You don't know the context and the circumstances, except for what she told us. But there
Right.
are other circumstances out there. We have war vet widows and all that kind of stuff. Are we to say that those people are not worthy of a relationship and family because they have children? Now, I say, if you are a young person and somebody doesn't disclose to you something and you've already made your boundaries clear, and somebody comes up on you and says, well, I forgot to tell you, we engaged and I love you and stuff, but I got
Right.
kids. Okay, that's another whole
That's
different story,
that's different.
because you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, got.
Right.
So now I'm gonna
Right.
walk away from that relationship. But if it's a situation where, let's say you on an app and you dating and you put in there and the people are divorced or widow, or you say that they could have kids, well, that's what you're gonna get. So if you want to have a certain status and not deal with certain things, make sure that that's what you selected in those apps. And
It's clear.
it's clear. And do like D'Artagnan says, put those images on Facebook so you can look those people up and see if they got another family somewhere that they ain't telling you about. I know a couple of people that ended up married to somebody in Wisconsin and married to somebody in Detroit. No, it wasn't me, because I don't play like that.
Image search, people. Image search.
This was before Facebook.
Google is a beast.
This was before Google, honey.
No, I'm saying, like, now you
Ain't no
just
way.
out there. It's gonna tell you how many pages is associated with that picture, how many different accounts is associated with that picture.
Yep.
You're getting it up.
And you ain't got to call Maury. You ain't got to do the cheaters thing. Because remember, that's how they had to do it before, was, get a private investigator.
Right.
Now, people doing things like putting Google devices on your car and GPS devices. And
but the Facebook recognition.
Yeah.
It's going.
That's going. Girl, it's so bad that I was watching a video on Facebook. I will see if I can find it next week, where Benny was out in the street. Did you see the video with Benny? He was breaking up with his girlfriend and another girl in the car. Big Brother ain't no joke, because whoever was filming it was on a roof somewhere, and it was like, I'm talking to you, and you could see down in the street and see the whole argument. The cameras in the sky was filming everything. You ain't getting away with jack, even breaking up with your girlfriend. If you got enough chick in the side of the car, don't come out the street. Don't have out in the car in the street, because Big Brother's watching. You can't get away with nothing these days. Big Brother don't break up relationships, kept people cheating. Girl, I was screaming when I saw that. I was like, oh my God. So we go from you not cute enough to have a man, you average at best, to you somebody's baby's mama when you could be a wife that lost her husband, to you ain't worthy, to out in the street when they watching you and he got another woman in the car just telling you, you ain't worth nothing. I think one of the things that we probably need to talk about is the way we don't communicate as Black people when we talking to each other. How we don't. Hey y'all, let us know if that's what y'all want to talk about. I can come in here and talk to y'all and show you some of the videos of how we don't communicate and
How
we don't communicate.
but we always say what is the first thing we say we want?
Communication.
And what is the one thing we don't do?
We don't communicate. We don't. We yell at each other and we talk at each other. So maybe I'll do something Monday night about, it's called What Did You Say? And I didn't tell you to take the bags out the car. That's pretty much what it's about, the sentence that I would be using. If you tune in Monday on YouTube Live, I will tell you, I will go through the What Did You Say? I didn't ask you to take the bags out the car and let you see how we really don't communicate. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight to Voices Random is Tea Kettle Talk. We hope you enjoyed our segment. You know, we just come here to talk to y'all because you know, we in the quarantine. We in COVID quarantine. We on lockdown. We bored in the house. But most of the
Bored.
most of all though, I really like just coming here, shooting the bull with people.
I know. I'm loving just coming and hanging out and talking and just doing videos and talking to people and getting them the information that they need. So get on over there to YouTube and like, subscribe the station, and then go through and watch some videos.
Yeah, because we have
there's another drawing coming up really, really soon.
Yep, we have.
We'll do it for the new year. That'll be our the way we bring in the new year. We'll do our drawing.
We doing a New Year's segment, and so should we do our draw on New Year's? Okay, y'all. So guess what? Since we hit over 500 subscribers, we on the road to 1,000. Please, please, please tell people to subscribe, like, and share. Look, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I would love to do this with my sister. This is what we like to do. Okay, you subscribing to all these other people that don't give you half the information that we give you. Okay, so we talk to you on Tea Kettle Talk. We talk about pop culture topics, right? We do the Road to Possible, where it's all motivational stuff that I'm doing for you on Monday nights. You got WellNet Wednesdays on Wednesday. I probably start Wind Down Thursday, what y'all need, everybody, on Thursdays, and Petty Fridays. So we have a whole library, a whole litany of program. You go back and look at all those videos we had from a year ago and come on into the light.
Right. Come on in.
It's the holiday season. When we want to do our holiday show, we got to do a holiday show
after Christmas, before New Year's.
So we'll do one there. Okay. Well, we'll see y'all next week.
We'll do it when we do our grab bag.
Okay. So we'll be back next week, Tuesday, because we know, and then we'll talk about some crazy holiday traditions, things like that, since you're getting towards the holiday. And whatever else I can find that's sensational, because y'all know y'all be giving me some stuff to come. I was like, what the hell? I can't even believe the stuff I'm seeing on YouTube. I got so much stuff. I can't wait to bring it. So again, this is Tea Kettle Talk, you on the Voices Randomist channel. And we wanted you to have a sip and a seat. I'm your host, Eldridge Alexander, and I'm here with my sister as always, and she is
D'Artagnan Winters.
We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.